I received the hinges and movement for this Gustav Becker wall clock today. The customer didn't ship the case. Here you can see the hinges need some attention. The design of them isn't something that can be purchased from any of the clock parts companies. The knuckles are damaged on them. Looks like moisture got to the steel pins. The rust swelled inside the hinges and destroyed some of the knuckles on the hinges. There's rust in the broken part of this knuckle, so it's been like this for years. In desperation, the owner took this one to a local jeweler and had him repair it. He said it only lasted one door swing, and it broke at the repair area. Looks like a micro spot welder was used on it. The repair didn't penetrate the base metal deep enough to be structurally sound. The knuckle that was repaired had another old break right here. I'll use this broken knuckle to support the other knuckles while removing the old rusty pin. I need a punch with a smaller diameter. The rusty pin measures 79 thousandths. Nice! This nail measures slightly undersized. Looks like I'll also need to fabricate new pins for these. Working the steel rod down to a tight fit to the hinges will give the drill bit diameter needed for the replacement knuckles. A half a thousandths undersized. That's great. New knuckles will be fabricated from 360 brass alloy. I'll mark off enough for 5 knuckles. Now to drill the hole for the steel pins. Turn the OD to match the original knuckle. Perfect. I'll cut it slightly long. Now to finish trim it to length. Nice fit. I'll use the stay silver flux with a microtorch. A number 3 tip should be about right. Shaded welding glasses. I need to get it hot enough to flow nicely, but don't want it to flow into the steel pin. Cut each damaged knuckle off so the new knuckles will fit up nicely. I'll make these new pins fit nice and snug. Just a little brazing material left to clean up. They turned out great. Now the movement. It looks like it's from the early 1900s. A beautiful two-toned brass and silver dial with a raised time track. Nice original hands. The back plate on the dial is a lacquered steel plate. Silvering is getting thin in a few areas. A fingerprint right here on top of the silver. Several very minute scratches here and there. The enameling in the minute track and numbers look good. More fingerprints. Originally this dial probably had a wax on it for protection, but that's all wore off now. Some of the dials even had lacquer, but this doesn't show any signs of any lacquer residue on it. The customer says it keeps good time, but it winds poorly. I see some winding transmission gear teeth that need attention. Here's a breakdown of 5 items I identified. So to fix the 5 items, the worn teeth on this gear will be taken care of by flipping the gear over. No wear on the opposite side, so it's the same as cutting a new gear for it. Whoever replaced these 2 teeth didn't shape them very well. We went ahead and had a new gear cut. It turned out great. On this original gear, the teeth were all bent. Cut the old one off and mounted the new one to the original brass shoulder. The new one is soldered, and 2 steel interference pins were mounted here. Here you can see the solder joint. Here's the one with a broken tooth. I had a new one fabricated for it. And this one also had the teeth all bent, so had a new one fabricated for it as well. The movement has been cleaned and oiled. The new gears fit great. Before I removed the movement, I used this tape to mark the location of it, so it will mount back in the same place. Makes it easier when mounting it back to the clock case. They wind nice and smooth now. The chime sequence is correct. The gathering pallet is mounted in a slotted hole on these. When I rotate the minute hand, you'll be able to see the action of it sliding sideways in the slot. Very interesting design. Well, it's ready to ship back to the owner.